It's Nolan.
Woo, shit, my man sent me a back.
Euphoria. Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Shoo, 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 shoo.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, met his homeboys and them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. And I might do a show a day. Once a lame, always a lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away? Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever walked your enemy down like with a poker face? Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight. I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns, then I hop online like pray for my city. He faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior. They must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park his son. The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the brakes? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay. There's 3 ghosts left and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't wanna talk on no celly. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. You're Cole and Ivory, no, I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell. You don't mind inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. Then notice I said we, it's not just me, I'm what the culture feeling. How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? I like Drake with the melodies, I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crash something. Yeah, my first one like my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that. Didn't tell them where you get your abs from. V12, it's a fast one. Bow, bow, bow. Last one. Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? A top dog, who the fuck they think they playing with? Extortion my middle name as soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch. I'm allergic to the lame shit, only you like being famous. Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hanging with. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some shit to address. I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy, ain't even gotta be deep, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Yes, keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's the man? Cause I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? When I see you stand by sexy red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women, it's real competition. You might pop ass with them. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits, I'll make sure I double back with you. You assigned to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga. Try cease and desist on a like that record. Oh what, you ain't like that record? Back to back, I like that record. I'ma get back to that for the record. Why would I call around trying to get hurt on niggas? Y'all thinking my life is rap? That's whole shit, I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Waking them up, know nothing about that. Then tell them to pray, know nothing about that. Then giving them tools to walk through life like day by day, know nothing about that. Teaching them morals, integrity, discipline, listen man, you don't know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and consider what God's considering, you don't know nothing about that. Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring them out too, I clean them out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. Am I battling ghosts or AI? Nigga feeling like Joel Austin. Funny he was in a film called AI. And my sixth sense telling me to off him. I'm a blick niggas all in they coughing. Yeah, OB-ho niggas is dick riders. Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence. What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. We can be on a 3-hour time difference. Don't speak on the family, Crody. It can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be at New Hall King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody. Tell me your cheesing farm. We can do this right now on the camera, Crody.
Let's go.
Hey, fuck y'all niggas. I don't trust y'all niggas. I wave one finger and thump y'all niggas like Field goal punt y'all niggas. They punk y'all niggas. Nobody never took my food. Whoever that's fucking with them, fuck you niggas and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psst, that's something you don't wanna do.
Wait. Hey,
we don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. Stop.
we're gonna do just that. We're gonna stop. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry. I am your host, J Nolan. As y'all can tell, we played some Kendrick Lamar Euphoria. They say that they lifted all the copyright for the content creators. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it in real time when these records were dropping. Hey, Drake, you might want to take a couple cues from your boy, because unfortunately, if I play Kendrick songs, it's gonna seem like I'm biased. I actually really enjoyed Push-Ups and Meet the Grams. Push-Ups and Family Matters. I would love to play those records here on the channel, but unfortunately, you haven't put in the same call that Kendrick Lamar has made. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hit me on IG and said, "Hey man, would you do like a listening session with the Kendrick records now that he lifted the copyright?" I said, that's actually a pretty good idea because I didn't get to play them. Now, we're not going to do a certified just chill listening session as requested. What we're going to do today is go over some of the mystery that's been shrouded in this beef. If you're tired of the Kendrick Lamar Drake story, you might as well leave this video. I'm just going to say it. Anyone that's not interested in this, anyone that's not interested in the murder mystery or whatever's going on, I don't want to call it a murder mystery, but it's definitely on some goddamn Da Vinci Code, on some Sherlock Holmes, who done it type shit. If you're not interested in none of this, I don't know why you clicked on it, but hey man, if you're into all of the folklore that's surrounding this on the heels of the beef, welcome to the show. Being that we're going to be covering all of these angles, we are going to play some of the Kendrick Lamar music because he did make some very interesting references within his lyrics, basically alluding to the fact that he's got information on Drake. There's also things going on with Drake. I might as well go ahead and talk about it. His house has been attacked for the 4th time, I believe, because there was a shooting that happened Monday of this week, and pretty much every day or every other day since then, trespassers, or I would go ahead and just call them obsessed, crazed fans, have tried to enter his premises on his Toronto home, the Embassy. Just today, less than about 2 hours ago, another person, this time it looked like a black person, and we haven't actually seen the other folks, or at least I have not seen the other folks. But for this particular incident today, I find it interesting that the black man gets photo. You know what I'm saying? They get a picture of his ass getting hemmed up, but we ain't seen none of them other motherfuckers. We ain't get no positive IDs. We ain't get no descriptions, no goddamn, no sketches, no nothing. But I don't want to make this a racial thing. But what the fuck going on out in Toronto? You know what I'm saying? Drake selling his California home, what about the embassy? Right? Now, with all of the drama that's been surrounding Drake's house, he also came out with a statement of his own, speaking to the news, because he says he can't get no rest with all these helicopters flying over his crib for all the coverage that they're doing. Let me get to that before we get into the Kendrick shit. So boom, Drake puts out a statement. He says, CP24 breaking news. Can we discuss the chopper flight times over the house? Because I won't lie, I'm trying to sleep. Anytime after 3 p.m. works great for me. Unfortunately, anytime after 3 p.m. was also when another trespasser approached his home. Now, what I find interesting is somebody in the comments on XXL, I really don't fuck with XXL like that, but they the ones that, posted this post that I liked. And somebody says, yep, sounds about right. This definitely sounds like something a Karen would say. So somebody's putting him in the Karen category. I'm not going to say that, but all of these attacks and all of this stuff going on surrounding his house does make him seem like like he's living in distress on the heels of this Kendrick Lamar battle, which is something that I feel he's going to use to his advantage at a later time to make it seem like he's a victim, that he's losing sleep, whatever. Ever since we did this rap thing, now I got all these people attacking my house and the shootings and stuff like that. I think he may try to divert some of that attention, even though we know, I won't say we know, but even though there seems to be a more plausible story with the XO OVO beef that's going on, I think he may divert that and try to make it seem like Kendrick's responsible or Kendrick influenced these people to do all of this stuff because of the artwork on Not Like Us. And if anybody feels that way, I mean, that's your prerogative. But she says, it's funny how we laughed about J. Cole losing sleep, talking about it ain't me. Now, y'all know on Family Matters, Drake said Cole losing sleep over this shit, but it ain't me. Just to be losing sleep a week later. Ain't that about a bit? Now, I'm not cool with people approaching this man's house, because if I was in his position, it would be more niggas getting shot. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody that done approached my house would have got shot, especially if the whole, you know what I'm saying, we got the whole industry singing they not like us, they not like us, they not like us, putting all these allegations on me. Niggas is going through every TikTok account, finding shit on him, his daddy, his crew, everything. Hey man, you approach my motherfucking house with all this shit going on, you gonna get your ass lit up, and I might do them goddamn double barrel shotguns that's gonna make you fly ass in the street. Just off GP. Bring yourself to my door. It's gonna be Max Payne. If I was in Drake's position, which I don't think nobody really wants to sit in his position right now, even though this nigga rich as fuck. There's a lot going on with the Drake brand, and we don't know where this is going furthermore. Okay? So, just once again, if you're tired of the updates on this beef or whatever's going on with this is your opportunity to leave. Okay? I also want to give a big shout out to Miss Rhonda, Miss Tracy, and Abena for contributing to the channel. I greatly appreciate your Cash Apps and y'all looking out. The Cash App crew, salute. Greatly appreciate that. Everybody that donates to the channel, whether that be in the form of a super chat, super thanks, Cash App, or even people that we've got somebody, Samuel, shout out to Samuel for joining my membership here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that joins the membership, it's only $2.99 a month. And basically what that's going to get you is when I get this merch and stuff launched, you're going to get a discounted rate on the merch. And also you're going to get the first updates on the live performance show. I know y'all still waiting on that. I have not forgotten about any of those things. It's just so much going on between balancing life just as a regular person, a father, you know what I'm saying, a fiance, planning a wedding, and trying to do this content and still being an artist, musician outside of the confines of YouTube. It's a lot on my plate, so please bear with me, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all waiting too long, but I think we'll get all of this stuff locked in good timing. Okay? So that's that. Shout out to y'all, and I'm gonna play snippet of lotto for y'all, because you know that's how we started. Every donation was getting a lotto play, so I want to make sure we keep that in tune and just stay consistent with that as well. So bear with me while I pull that up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. Man, I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, ooh, yeah. But I say throw it in my wallet. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Man, I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. But I say throw it in my wallet.
Do I have that record on my computer? I might give y'all an impromptu performance of that motherfucking lotto so y'all can actually hear, you know what I'm saying, how that shit go. Let me see if I got it on this laptop though. I might not, because I never needed it. Do I got the performance? I do have the performance track. Ooh. We might double back to that. Show me your splits. I promise I'll get right back to you. Man, but let's keep the show going. Much love and respect to everybody that's contributed to the channel. So as I spoke about Kendrick Lamar lifting his copyright claims on all content creators, which I tested out before we did this video, and that was very valid and true. We've got a content creator by the name of Smack, who's affiliated with TDE from the Back on Fig podcast. If you've never heard of Back on Fig, it's a big West Coast show. They get a lot of views. They stream throughout the week. And a lot of them are affiliates of TDE, Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, etc. And he comes out and said that he's actually the reason that Kendrick decided to clear Not Like Us for all the YouTubers and actually all of the music that's been released in this whole saga. So we're going to play that real quick to get some, understanding on how that conversation went. All right. And then we're going to get into the Riddler and all that shit. I know y'all were asking about it. We're going to dig into it.
Terrell, can I get my credit on this? That's what I'm saying.
I'm in the car with you.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying it's a whole nother narrative. Like, people don't give me my credit, right? When he dropped, right, Terrell? Was I the first one that called you, sent it to you? How many minutes was it when it dropped, Terrell, when I sent it to you?
Seconds.
Like seconds, right? And it was only 6 people that seen it, right? So boom, right after I did that, boom.
Oh, so you say you got inside?
No, I ain't saying no. I'm just saying.
Basically,
I got the for sure. So when he did it, boom, I sent it to bro, boom. I went and reacted on it. So when I reacted on it, because this is my first YouTube channel right here. Then it's FMW. You get what I'm saying? But now I started mine, Smack TV. You feel me? I reacted to the shit, and they flagged me. What that shit say? Copywritten or something, right? So I get on the phone.
You pressure?
Boop, boop, boop. I was hot. So I called Dot and them, you feel me? Like, bro, they talking about copyright. I'm trying to get some chili. All I'm saying was, I'm the one that really, if you want to let the record reflect, I'm the one that got it where everybody could listen to that album. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Because he truth in the detail. Truth in the detail. Wait, let me take these glasses off.
Where he cleared
He cleared it for everybody. Now, if I'm lying, I hope God stop my mama heart. Hold up. If I'm lying, I hope God stop my mama heart. I made a phone call. Hey, I'm trying to get clear. They talk about copywritten. He like, what? I'm like, yeah, they talking about copywritten, so that means I ain't gonna get no chili. I got the phone call back like, don't worry about nothing. I called Terrell. He like, nigga, we all clear. So give me my motherfucking credit. If it wasn't for me with no YouTubers, we get paid off this shit. There's truth in the detail like that. Straight like that. He like, you feel what I'm saying? Shout out to
You
Doc.
even got Joe Budden out here playing this music.
You get what I'm saying? Like, shout out to
Everybody
Doc.
get to play it on their stream.
Everybody get to play it and they get to make their chili, man.
Yeah.
It's the first time they get to play somebody's music and get paid. I know
That's
a
tight.
few YouTubers that got paid off of talking about this shit and playing this shit.
Hey, shout out to Smack. Shout out to Back on Fig. Shout out to everybody over there on that pod. On that, you know what I'm saying? They be doing their thing. I've definitely tuned into their show quite a few times. Shout out to everybody on Community. Also, another affiliate. They got their own, they 2 little sides or whatever. Shout out to Magwap, who I've also been tuned into throughout this whole thing. He's also a TDE affiliate, somebody who's also associated with Kendrick. He did a breakdown. I told y'all about it the other day where he talked about kind of the origin story between Drake and Kendrick, why they haven't been seeing eye to eye for years and why they took so many shots at each other, and just like being in the camp before Dot left, of course, when he went to form PG Lang, which was just a couple years ago, how that whole thing played out. So if you want to get more details on that, go subscribe to MacWap TV. I don't get nothing off of y'all subscribing to him, but as a fellow content creator, I like to give people their credit. Y'all see, even when I play people's TikTok videos, I try to shout out their handle if I can remember to, because I know how it feels when people do shit and don't credit me. We had a situation like that. Somebody said, why you keep talking about academics? I've never really shitted on academics other than, well, I did about a year ago. Some other shit. When he went at SZA, and when he goes at like women in the industry, I don't be liking that shit. I called him out about that. But outside of that, I don't hate on academics. I just call people on their shit, and I do that to everybody. So if you don't like me mentioning homeboy name, you know, shouldn't have took my fucking thumbnail for one. But outside of that, everybody gets their share. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Smack once again, because he said, hey, man, I'm trying to react to your shit. I'm trying to react to your shit, K-Dot, what the fuck, man? Went through the Rolodex and he hit that goddamn get Dot on the phone. Said it won't be long. Oh man. So shout out to that, because now we could play the music on my channel while we do this whole mystery episode. Right?
Thrill, can I get my credit on this?
No, I ain't tell you to come back on, no. I didn't tell you to come jump back in. That's what we didn't do. All right. Now, late last night, this strange account came online, Ebony Prince 2K24, and they alleged that they are the ones who supplied the photo used for Meet the Grams cover art, stating that the items were not stolen but acquired after Drake was kicked out of a hotel. He says the user has threatened to sue, and he's threatening to sue Aubrey Graham, a.k.a. Drake, and Mr. Livingston Allen, a.k.a. DJ Academics. And he says that they have till noon on Monday to retract claims of theft, or his attorney, or their attorney, because we don't know if this is a man or a woman, but it says Ebony Prince, so I'm guessing it's a man. His attorney, Miss Adrian Edward, and I will exhaust every legal option available. I thought it was very interesting that he named his attorney, right? So this seems like somebody who's pretty confident in their, their legal rights to share this information. But I think once you name your, I don't know, somebody could probably go through the client database or something that they could be able to find you. Or maybe this person wants to be found. I don't know. Again, this shit is turned into some real, what the fuck is that shit? Damn, I forgot the name of the Hardy Boys. Turned into some fucking Hardy Boy mystery, no wrestling. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video for you so you can see the person in possession of this. I'm sure you've all seen it online by now, but I'm going to pull it up and share my screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And he made it a point to play Meet the Grams as he was disclosing this. So give me a second, y'all.
Kid to hide, can't be sure. 5% will comprehend, but 95 is lost. Be proud of who you are. Strength come from within. Not the superstars that's real, but your daddy ain't hard than them. And you nothing like him. You'll carry yourself as king. Can't understand me right now. Just practice when you're 18. Dear Sandra, your son got some habits I hope you don't undermine them. Especially with all the girl that's hurt inside his mind. Kid to hide again, be sure. 5% will comprehend, but 95 is lost. Be proud of who you are. Strength come from within. Not the superstars that's real, but your daddy ain't hard than them. And you nothing like him. You'll carry yourself as king. Can't understand me right now. Just practice when you're 18.
All right. So that's that. Old ass Panasonic laptop. I think they said this shit was a 2012 model, man. So he really definitely trying to be incognito with that old ass shit, man. I don't even know how he pulled up some goddamn music on that thing. Shit. But I know you had to goddamn put it down. You had to download that bit off somebody else's laptop. Had to put a USB in that bit just to get the new music. You ain't even got Spotify on that motherfucker. That shit got internet, man. You might want to hide your IP. But he says that again, his attorney will be in touch with academics and or Drake if they do not denounce their claims of stealing. Okay. Now, outside of that, there's also some photos that have been leaked of Drake and entourage leaving the Mark Hotel in New York sometime last year. Some dates, I think there's a photo of January last year, and then there's some other. I think the other items that have been recovered are from July of last year. Some weird shit going on. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's weird. Some shit that I would never really look into myself. But shit, I can't even say some shit I would never look into myself because my ass was up late on fucking Reddit. Looking into this shit, man. This shit is ridiculous. So let me see if I can recover the photo of the lobby. Okay. I'll share this with y'all. So boom. He says to Mr. Aubrey Graham, aka Drake, may this photo help jog your memory as to where you discarded those items. The issue in the photo should also jog your memory. Jimmy Brooks would not have been proud of you that night. So in this photo here, we can't verify who these people are, but there are some theories. They're theorizing that that's Drake in the hoodie, I believe, that you see there with the orange hoodie. To the left screen where you see 12223. They're alleging that could be Dennis, Drake's dad. And then in the upper right-hand region of the photo, that could be Chubbs, which is Drake's head of security, and looks like he's carrying some bags. And then we've got someone in a wheelchair who has been identified as Christopher Alvarez, who's actually a journalist in New York who writes for the Daily Eagle. Now, if y'all remember the video I just showed y'all on the rooftop, that newspaper up there is the Daily Eagle. And this, disabled person that you see, some people thought it was a baby. It's not a baby. It's a grown man. He's just small. He writes for various publications, including the Daily Eagle in New York. So it seems Mr. Ebony Prince is alluding to some sort of nefarious activity that we have to, I guess, wait and see what they're going to reveal. But it seems like it may be involving Mr. Alvarez in some form or fashion. This journalist has also been linked to DJ Khaled in the past and other people. He also has photos with Drake and his dad, Dennis, dating back to 2018, which is, I believe, the first time they met him. So I don't know everything. I don't purport to know everything. I'm just giving y'all what I was able to become privy to in the last 12 hours or so. And this page, Kirko, is actually I think they're kind of a Drake-centric fan page or something, but they put up news and whatnot. So there's that. The Ebony Prince guy says, number one, King Kendrick Lamar is not a liar and I am not a thief, right? this Ebony Prince 2K24 comes out and says further, you've had many things discarded on your behalf over the years. I wonder if you can remember them all. So I don't know if this person is an employee of the Mark Hotel. I can verify that that's definitely the Mark Hotel. I've stayed there before. But anything beyond that, this is all hearsay, people. To say you've had many things discarded on your behalf, we don't know if things refers to actual items or if they're alleging that maybe people have also been discarded. We don't know. I don't know. Don't know what Drake may have found himself being involved with. But I do know this Ebony Prince 2K24 is trying to verify the truth in what Kendrick Lamar was rapping. Okay? As a matter of fact, this person is live tweeting right now. So let me see what this man is talking about. I might as well share my screen because I'm about to go through this live. This is their first post. Ebony, established 1978, Brooklyn, NYC, USA, Ontario, Canada, Paris, France, London, UK, Moscow, Russia, Italy, Japan, Brazil, Costa Rica. I don't know the significance of this. Somebody could possibly tell me. I don't know the significance of that. This is the original video. We just watched that. This is the photo I just showed y'all. He says, you've had many things discarded. I just went over that. He says, you're blocking my money with your lies, so you have forced me to get it another way. Okay? So to say you're blocking my money with lies, that's very interesting. Who's supposed to be paying you? Right? Can we get to that? Who's supposed to be paying you? Let me take this off the screen real quick. Put myself over here. Cool. Who's supposed to be paying you, bruh? Furthermore, it says push-ups. Really? Should have kept that to yourself. Had you not lied, I would have just waited until you died to sell my goods. So I don't know if this person is an employee of the Mark Hotel or if they've got a connection to someone over there. Maybe the trash man. I don't know. Who's just handing him off things that Drake uses when he comes to town. It seems like the Mark Hotel is somewhere that Drake frequents. Not sure if that will continue now that this is happening. 4 hours ago, it says 2 Black American men became unemployed at this exact moment and you made an enemy. Okay. 2023, Sunday 03. Okay, so January 22nd, 2023, 2 Black American men became unemployed and you made an enemy. So perhaps he was fired from this hotel on this date of that original photo. Okay? Perhaps. We don't know. But we do know he made sure to show the skyline, which is also a skyline that's near Kendrick Lamar's Brooklyn penthouse. So clearly these two people, as in Kendrick and this Ebony Prince person, are in somewhat close proximity. I don't know what the significance of this Nino Man post is, and I'm not going to dig into it. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It says, how do we know you're not like us? We never come back after we curse out the service providers. Okay. Yeah, it seems pretty obvious he was at least a former employee of the hotel. Then he says, yet 6 months later, the circus returned. So he's continuing to put out information. I don't know the method to this man's madness. With a name like Ebony Prince, I don't even know if this is a black motherfucker. But maybe I should click on this shit. Niggas got me nervous to click on this shit. Motherfucker got me nervous to click on this shit, man. Damn. So this is an article from August 4th, 2023. Rejected teen drinker accused of smear campaign against swanky NYC hotel says he's sober now. Theodore Wintraub, accused of launching smear campaign against Mark Hotel, buys the Post and comments on the incident. This is interesting. I don't know where this rabbit hole is leading, but we do know on Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar clearly said the rabbit hole gets deeper. I could go further, I promise. And we saw Drake bow out the next day. What we believe to be Drake bowing out. Nah, dog. We're not doing that. All right, so a rejected underage drinker accused of launching a wild smear campaign against the Swanky Mark Hotel in Manhattan, complete with paid protesters, said Friday he's now on the wagon. A rejected underage drinker? Oh, so he's not 21. Theodore Wintraub, 19, who allegedly hatched the bizarre revenge plot after repeatedly trying to buy drinks at the hotel with a fake ID, told the Post he's been sober since January. I am fucking lost. But apparently there was a protest on this hotel. "6 months and 28 days, 209 days of sobriety," he said. "It was the proudest day for myself when I made that decision." The Upper East Side teen and son of a prominent director said his former drink of choice was the powerfully boozy Long Island iced tea. Hey man, I can't co-sign underage drinking, my boy. We not doing that. "Listen, I was young. It was a whole bunch of things," he said of the cocktails he once guzzled. "I sobered up." Wintraub refused to discuss a lawsuit filed against him by the hotel, which alleges he hired protesters to wave signs accusing the business of supporting Jeffrey Epstein and denying the Holocaust. The teen allegedly grew angry and aggressive after he was booted from the hotel in the summer of 2021 when he repeatedly tried to buy drinks, according to the lawsuit, which accuses him of defamation. The suit claims he and other protesters began staging the bizarre demonstrations in June of 2023, roughly 5 months after he says he stopped drinking. "I'm still trying to understand how this has anything to do with Drake." Wintraub says he now opts for water with lemon. I don't give a fuck about you drinking water with lemon, bro. You could drink kombucha for all I give a damn. Wintraub, whose photo and story, you could drink horchata for all I give a fuck, man. Whose photo and story was featured on page 1 of the Post with the headline "Sore Boozer," was also spotted buying a copy. Where are we going? Wintraub and other protesters allegedly also harassed VIP hotel guests such as... Oh, okay. Let's get to it. So Wintraub was also allegedly harassed VIP hotel guests such as the rapper Drake on July 17th. So this also lines up with the other date of Drake being in the Mark Hotel and in New York, July 17th, which is where they allege some of those items on that photo were recovered. So I'm guessing Ebony Prince 24 or 2K24 was one of those other protesters, possibly. But the teen said Friday he loves Drake and even went to one of his recent concerts. "It was a fantastic show. I enjoyed it. I got nothing against Drake." Asked about allegations that he staged protests and attacked hotel guests, he played coy. He says, "Hopefully the full truth will come out and my side of the story will be heard. That's the best I can say." I highly doubt that Ebony Prince is this same person, but I am trying to understand his connection to the scene, because you said you got fired. Or someone got fired. He's also promoting this bloodline bullshit. I don't know what the fuck that is, which makes me believe it ain't Kendrick, because I don't know. He says, "Don't y'all forget now, November 9th, 2024, auction of items before the ball starts. I don't know what that's about." He says, "God's plan, funny how that works, isn't it?" Of course, God's Plan is one of Drake's songs. And Kendrick also referenced God's Plan at the end of Not Like Us, right? the family matter ain't the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show y'all the liar. And that's his last thing. Business only, present your offer. So he's, I guess, some sort of merchant or something. He's trying to sell off items that he's recovered. I don't know what the fuck this nigga got going on, man. K-Dot, how you find this nigga, man? Smack, who this nigga, man? Who this nigga? I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think of all this. Shit getting out of my scope, man. I don't get paid enough for all this now. I don't get paid enough for all this shit. There's been a dissemination of other rumors. I'm going to call them rumors because we don't know these to be facts, but this is just what I've been able to obtain regarding this ongoing story. So there's a document out there that says the UMG situation about them trying to stomp out the beef due to it costing them and other parties money was confirmed to be real, which who confirmed it? I would love to know. But they say which was previously talked about by another source. They say OVO has been giving fake bullshit information to TMZ, and the latter party reported with the fake info, that OVO had fed them. The video, as seen on okliar.com with 3 women saying that Kendrick beat up a woman, was produced and filmed by OVO. I don't know that to be true. I think that's a load of horseshit. That is an old ass motherfucking video. I don't know who filmed that shit. It was terrible, and it didn't actually lead us anywhere. So if it was OVO, to quote Drake, whoever gave y'all that info was a clown. They say, in addition, all of the women seen in the video are actors. I don't know. They say there is expected to be, quote unquote, a lot of fake information originating from and being spread around by OVO in the days and possibly weeks to come in their continued attempts to discredit Kendrick and take him down in the public sphere. However, OVO is still, quote unquote, getting fucked. Clearly, we know that this is somebody just passing information out because this isn't a reputable publication saying this. Getting fucked behind the scenes despite their efforts. They say Drake has recently killed connections with a lot of his contacts because of the situation regarding a mole within OVO. We don't know any of this to be true. Right? The person who posted this information says he believes the point 3 is clearly false. And that point 3 would be that video of those women. We showed that the other day. They continue, Drake has recently killed we got that already. They say the OVO mole situation is real and Kendrick was indeed being sent everything Drake had recorded regarding their beef. It is likely that the mole, or at least one of them, which is actually a real possibility that there could be multiple moles in the OVO camp, they believe is Boy Wonder. I'm not finna put that on Boy Wonder's jacket because I don't know this. But it's possible. You know? They say, which also explains why the instrumental for 616 in LA has the Al Green sample looped to sound like it says Boy Wonder. Okay? Now, why do I say it's somewhat possible that Boy Wonder could be the mole in the camp? Because he's one of the OVO staff who's been playing both sides of the fence. Boy Wonder has production credits on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is an album that also takes shots at Drake. And if I were to go down the rabbit hole of all the music Boy Wonder has produced or co-produced for Kendrick Lamar, I'm sure he's had a hand in other songs that took subliminal shots at Drake. Humor me for a second. And for those that don't know, Boy Wonder is a flagship in-house producer for Drake. Okay. Boy Wonder literally produced Best I Ever Had, which is the song that blew him up and has been producing some of his biggest hits since then. Best I Ever Had, Forever, Over, Miss Me When I'm Gone, Headlines. Y'all know these songs if you're Drake fans or ever partook in listening to his music. No New Friends. These are all 0 to 100. He was a producer on there. Furthermore, the music he's produced for Kendrick includes The Blacker the Berry, The Sweeter the Juice, which Drake made reference to on Family Matters. What else did he produce for Kendrick? N95, Silent Hill off Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And I think they had some other unreleased music that was worked on during those sessions. I think he did some other stuff with him too, though. I'm trying to see. Give me a moment as I scroll through. And this could all just be a load of shit, you know? But when you start thinking about who's played a role on both sides of the battle in some capacity, Boy Wonder can't be ruled out because on Kendrick's last album, he's got 2 production credits on there. So I guess that's all the stuff they did. It was N95, Silent Hill, and The Blacker the Berry. I gotta say it that way every time. But remember, Kendrick said there's at least 20 people within the OVO camp that want to take him down, and one of them is on the right-hand man, so to speak. It's already been spoken about from Pusha T that he received some intel about Drake through a mutual woman that him and 40 know. 40 is still in the camp. It would be crazy to think 40 is going against Drake because he's also a day one. But if they're not living up to their, you know what I'm saying? If they haven't made the amount of money that they probably should have for the amount of work that they've done with Drake being his day ones, they could be disgruntled. There could be some rumblings behind the scenes. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying anything to be fact. So any Drake fan that feels some type of way, I want you to understand this is not Kendrick bias. The fact of the matter is there's more information about Drake in the public eye. You get more information in a year about Drake than you get about Kendrick Lamar in his whole career. So if it seems like the information is leaning in Kendrick's favor, that's why. Okay? Getting back to this document. They say the gram-related items as seen on 616 in LA and Meet the Grams are indeed some of Drake's possessions that were stolen and robbed from him. Ebony Prince 2K24 says for sure he did not rob anyone. The items seen in both of the singles covers are not the extent of what was stolen from Drake, as there were also jewels worth at least millions of dollars belonging to him that were eventually pawned off by whoever stole the items from Drake in the first place. So Ebony Prince did say that he has some things for sale. I don't know. This was also alluded to by Kendrick in 616 in LA furthermore through the line, "Find the jewels like Cash Doll." He did say it, and people, we were trying to find out what the hell that meant. Even Cash Doll was like, "How my name come up in this shit? Now how I get in here?" Cash Doll looking like, I ain't even know goddamn Kendrick Lamar who knew who I was. What the fuck going on? Oh man, This shit getting too deep for me, man. This shit too real for TV. Okay. Now, there's another young man by the name of Cooley Bravo, who I told y'all about. I think I first mentioned him last Sunday because he had been predicting all of Kendrick's moves when it came to releasing songs. He knew exactly when songs were going to drop. He was giving warnings to people on Twitter. Like, hey, some shit finna come through. Next thing you know, Kendrick dropped. He's a habitual tweet deleter. So anything that gets a little bit too much attention on his page, he deletes it before it could go super viral, right? Now, here's what Cooley Bravo, aka at Italian Fiesta on Twitter, has to say. That's his ad if you want to go follow him or just peruse through the things that he's into. Again, he is allegedly connected to Kendrick through, let's just say, affiliations connected to Kendrick's dad. If you know Kendrick's dad's story, he was allegedly a GD in Chicago. Things got a little hot in Chicago, and Kendrick's mother and him moved to Compton, not knowing that they were going right back into a very similar situation, just moving into blood territory rather than being with the, that gang. So they're saying that they have connections due to those affiliations. So he was in a Discord group last night, kind of clearing up some of what he knows about Kendrick and this beef. So he says, at first, if Drake says something, Kendrick will respond, and Drake doesn't want to hear it. So he's basically saying Drake is on the hook. If he says anything else, if he makes any type of subliminal, if he makes any reference to Kendrick in the near future, Kendrick's gonna drop bombs on his ass like Not Like Us. It's gonna be unrelenting, and it's only gonna do more damage to Drake's image than that's already been done. Furthermore, he says Top Dog and Punch from TDE are street people, not industry people, so them calling a stop to the beef isn't as simple as people think, which, if anyone's been paying attention, every time I log into Twitter now, I see more people that are supposedly connected to Top and TDE or whatever, and y'all know Compton, Watts, all these areas that they from, these are somewhat uncontrollable people on the outside or on the semi-inside. You can't necessarily tell them to stop when you say stop. You know what I mean? So I think that's what he's alluding to, basically saying Top and Punch are industry guys now. They have discipline. They have the wherewithal to know when enough is enough on an industry level. But the people surrounding them are street folks. So saying stop or saying the beef is over in a tweet, that's great PR, but there's a lot of people on the, associate list that they're always on go, which is why there's allegedly pictures of the alleged daughter that are being held. Excuse me. Furthermore, Cooley Bravo says Family Matter was meant to be the nuke from Drake's side. As in, that was the big nuke. Everybody was saying that there was nukes on both sides of the camp. I remember playing, y'all should remember this too, the audio of Joe Budden talking about nukes being involved. Well, Family Matters was Drake's nuke. And unfortunately, Meet the Grams was a nuke because it neutralized the nuke. You know what I'm saying? It was like two niggas throwing spirit bombs at each other, and them shits just blew up the surrounding area, but niggas is still living, right? But then for him to neutralize Drake's nuke and then drop Not Like Us later the same day was definitely a changing of the guard. And Drake didn't have no more nukes because he figured dropping Family Matters with the video, with the mysterious plot of the video and showing up to New Ho King and all of this stuff and talking about Kendrick beats on Whitney, he felt like that was going to be enough to get people to go against Kendrick to say, hey man, what's going on with this nigga? Unfortunately, he had allegations in his raps that Kendrick came back and was like, "Brow, you're a pedo. What you talking about?" Right? Cooley also says that Schoolboy Q had a conversation with J. Cole, which lines up because if y'all did not know, remember, J. Cole apologized at Dreamville Fest. Also performing at Dreamville Fest was Schoolboy Q earlier that day, on that Sunday. So it's very plausible that Schoolboy Q and J. Cole had a conversation either leading up to the festival or during the festival in which he was given information. Schoolboy Q gave him a warning to say, hey, I know you got your shit off on that Might Delete Later 7-minute drill. That was good rapping. Very good shit. But I want to go ahead and warn you, Kendrick's not playing. Right? He gonna say some stuff that you don't want to be involved with. So he told him that Kendrick was gonna be saying stuff he didn't want to be involved with. From that, Kendrick and Cole had a conversation, and that is what led to Cole's apology, basically saying he did some corny shit because he got involved thinking it was just rap, because Kendrick shot through both of them on some rap shit, but it was really, I don't fuck with this nigga, and I got dirt on this nigga that's been put in my lap, and we finna go. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep it rap, we could keep it rap, but most likely it's gonna get a little messy. Cole said, hey, if that's what it is, I'm good, man. Let me go to the beach. Y'all saw Cole on the beach. A fan found that nigga, took a picture. Right? Furthermore, after the apology from J. Cole live on stage at Dreamville Fest, not only in front of nearly 40,000 people live, that was also on Amazon streaming live for however many thousands of people were tuned in. So once that happened, Drake was actually angry that Cole apologized. We saw that happen because in both of Drake's diss songs, he kind of made reference to Cole, basically having an issue with engaging in this beef, right? I don't care what Cole say, that Dot shit was weak as fuck. Then he comes back and say, J. Cole losing sleep over this shit. It ain't me. So in both his records, he took not necessarily shots at Cole, but they could be interpreted as shots at Cole because it's like, you was my last defense of an ally, and all these niggas coming at my head, and you're going to abandon me and bow down to this nigga, basically. I'm not bowing down to Kendrick. You want to bow down to that nigga? That's cool. I'm going to do my fair one. Or unfair one, since he felt like he had dirt. Cooley Bravo says that he's heard 4 of the 5 tracks Kendrick supposedly has, right? So in this battle, Kendrick dropped Euphoria. He dropped 616 in LA. He dropped Meet the Grrrls. And he dropped Not Like Us. That's 4 tracks. But remember, Kendrick allegedly has 10 songs in the tuck. On Not Like Us, he says, how many stocks do I really have in stock? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 5. 10 blappers, right? And there's at least 5 more in the tuck, right? That would mean 6, actually. From what he's allegedly heard, Cooley Bravo, he says 2 songs are higher tempo in a similar vein to Not Like Us, right? So they have the ear candy that average listeners would get into. He says he's got 2 mid-tempo songs, and he's got another Meet the Grrrls type of song, but he's only heard it in the background. I would think if he's heard it in the background, that would be like phone conversations in which the song was being played that he was privy to. Again, we take him with a grain of salt, but he has been pretty much on the nose about everything. Okay? Furthermore, Cooley Bravo says Daylight got them in trouble by posting the LeBron video. right? There's the video of LeBron and Savannah being in that party with Daylight, and they're playing They Not Like Us. I think they also played Euphoria in that party. And Daylight received some not so friendly phone calls on the heels of posting that, because again, Top Dog punching them. They've declared that this battle is over. So they don't want to keep beating a dead horse, and they don't want to make it seem as if they're egging on the situation when they've already called somewhat of a truce publicly. Right? Cooley Bravo also says all the songs so far from Kendrick were recorded in one session. The original version of Euphoria was actually a 19-minute song. We talked about that. And when you actually reduce everything down into a 19-minute span, Euphoria, all the music that we've heard from Kendrick actually comes in around a 19-minute margin. Furthermore, he says some of Not Like Us was changed after Drake dropped Family Matters. So there was a version of Not Like Us that was already recorded. Then Kendrick went in and changed some of the lines, right? Which we heard some of the lines were direct, the Family Matter and the Truth of the Matter, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was a direct reaction. Kendrick is mad about Drake trying to diss Pharrell, acting like he stole his chains when in reality he bought them, right? For those that haven't been paying attention, he's been taunting Pharrell, been taunting Kendrick, because he said, I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell, I'll inherit that beef, right? Because he didn't like how Drake bought Pharrell's jewels off of an auction. He threatened to burn them down, just to find out that he's still taunting Pharrell by letting randoms wear his jewels in the Family Matters video. Furthermore, Cooley Bravo says Drake has like 20 companies that nobody has ever heard of. I don't know the direct relevance to those 20 companies, but if it has anything to do with the beef, I'm sure the whole world singing a pedo anthem about you isn't going to make your companies the most profitable. We're going to get into some alleged thoughts about Drake and his business acumen in a minute. There's a TikToker out there that is trying to draw a little bit more credence into the fact, or let's not say fact, or rumor that Drake may own some stake in the label Gamma, which is the label signed Sexy Red. Joe Budden was definitely speculating that Drake had some ownership in Gamma, which is why he's been so adamant about promoting Sexy Red, because she's not signed to OVO. They don't know each other. They didn't grow up together. So what is the exact incentive for him to be so closely related to her? There's a TikToker trying to dig into that. We're going to get into that in a few seconds. Cooley says Drake lied about planting evidence. So him saying we plotted in a week in advance and we gave it to somebody who gave it to you, but then all of a sudden whoever gave it to you is a clown and all that. He's saying is bullshit. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's not. Cooley says he can't say anything about the alleged daughter. But we've already heard what the streets are saying. Some people are even trying to say that it's possible that the daughter could have been conceived by an underage woman, which is why they say Drake doesn't want to acknowledge the situation. I don't know that to be true. I'm not going to put that on Drake, but some people said that in my comments, which is why they believe he's trying to suppress that information, or he's been suppressing that information for years. I don't know that shit, man. And what I don't want to do is say that's definitive, right? Because that's a bit heinous. reiteration again that UMG does not want this battle. Anybody that can see this from a mile away, yeah, UMG makes money from Drake's destruction with the Not Like Us record. Kendrick Lamar is signed to Interscope, which is another company under the UMG umbrella. They're going to make money either way. But if we had to assume who they're more invested in, it would be Drake. So his downfall would not be something that they celebrate. They've got way too much money invested in Drake for Kendrick Lamar to just knock him off his pedestal. Furthermore, Cooley says Kendrick is indeed making an album right now. We may not get it this month. I mean, we're already 11 days into the month. DJ Academic said that Kendrick had an album dropping this month. I kind of doubt we're going to get that, but maybe the rollout may begin this month. It would be nice if he dropped it sometime soon to capitalize off of the success of these records, off of the hype, off of the fact that, you know, a lot of people who didn't like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, or maybe didn't give it a chance, they're now getting music from Kendrick Lamar that would lend their ear to whatever it is that he puts out next, if he doesn't, you know, take too much time to drop it. He says Kendrick smiled while hearing Drake's disses, meaning that he was unfazed. We don't know that to be true. He comes back and says that whatever shooting took place at Drake's home in Toronto was definitely XO, The Weeknd involved, not Kendrick. He says someone tried to give one of his homies $100,000 to try to get some info on Kendrick and Whitney's relationship or whatever they have going on. Of course, Drake is alleging that Kendrick puts his hands on Whitney. However, that $100K allegedly has come back empty, and Whitney is actually with Kendrick in New York. Okay. I don't know any of these to be facts. This is just someone who has some sort of connection to the squad. I don't know how deep his connection runs, to be honest. But again, for people that follow this young man, he's rarely been off with his predictions as things played out. Okay. What else we got? Outside of Cooley Bravo, the restaurant New Ho King, which Kendrick name dropped in Euphoria, saying I got New Ho King with a fried rice and a dip sauce and a blammy crody, which is a full plate of fried rice with dip sauce. I don't even know what type of dip sauce it is. They've now named that dish the Kendrick Lamar. So even though Drake and his team went to New Ho King last week to film the Family Matters video or get dishes from New Ho King, and they showed up outside of it, due to the success that they found on the heels of Kendrick Lamar name dropping them in Euphoria, they've named their fried rice dish the Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna show y'all a video of this shit. This is crazy because a food reviewer went up there and found out about the New Ho King experience. This shit is wild, y'all.
New Ho King, after Kendrick's diss track of Drake, is a fever dream. There were people dancing outside, and Blog TL was even there. I even started dancing, but we came here at night for one thing and one thing only.
I heard there's a Kendrick Lamar special. Is that true? No problem? All right, I'm excited, man. I don't even know what I ordered. I just asked for the Kendrick Lamar special.
The manager ended up ordering us 4 dishes for $66 total. And of course, the first dish he ordered us was the New Ho King House Special Fried Rice. They gave us the dip sauce, of course, but personally, I liked it without it. I honestly didn't have high expectations expectations, but I was shocked.
Honestly, it might be one of the best fried rices I've ever had. This is really good.
This fried rice had incredible wok hei, but the second dish the manager ordered us was this deep fried shrimp dish. I think it's fried with chilies and crispy garlic. They definitely made this fresh to order because it was piping hot, but they also ordered us their spicy chicken wings. The wings are loaded with chilies. I love that they also made this fresh, but I personally love the shrimp better. But this beef broccoli definitely came hot off the wok because this one also burnt me. And finally, to appease our wives for going out late, we bought them bubble tea. Yoo-Ho King, after Kendrick's diss track of Drake, is...
Oh boy, shit is too real. Now, I want y'all to know I am not racist, I am not xenophobic, but this might be the first time I've actually seen an Asian person really eat Chinese food. So shout out to him. Shout out to Insta Noodles for that. What else we got? I talked about the new trespasser at Drake's house already. Talked about the content creator thing. So let's get into the content creator that tried to break down Drake's connection to Gamma and why people in the industry allegedly hate him. Let's do that. All right, give me a second to pull it up.
No, it's just a conspiracy theory, but I really think Joe Budden was on to something.
Great relationship with Apple and how that redefined the industry, along with Frank Ocean fucking Universal out of this Apple situation, Drake's label. That's what I was really thinking. Because if you think about it, and he was in a renegotiation, and he told him, tell Larry, I need to...
And he's referencing these lyrics here. Somebody get Larry Jackson on the phone. I need some ownership if we press and go because business is booming on behalf of me. I need a bite out of the apple like Adam and Eve. And this is Larry Jackson. He was the global creative director at Apple Music. He worked very closely with Drake. And through Larry Jackson, while he was at Apple, Drake signed an exclusive deal with Apple worth $19 million. Larry Jackson left Apple in 2023 and with $1 billion in funding and backed by Apple, he launched Gamma. And I want to be clear, Gamma is not just a music label. One of the backers includes Eldridge Industries, which that's a rabbit hole all in of itself. I also want to point out that one of the backers was the indie film studio A24. And if they sound familiar, they were one of the producers of Euphoria. And who was an executive producer on Euphoria? I also want to point out that Larry Jackson also acquired Vidya, which is a distribution platform that includes The Shade Room. They then go on to talk about who is actually signed to Gamma. And this is also where it gets interesting.
I feel like Drake could have already came out and said, "You look never be real."
So now two things really make sense to me. One is Snoop Dogg's really weird response to his voice being used on a track through AI, which I also think Drake was supposed to like get us used to AI, and that was one of his jobs. The second that makes sense is Sexy Red. Also, Rick Ross and French Montana, because Drake said he don't send no cease and desist. Maybe he didn't have to. And I don't know if anybody really knows what Drake's $400 million deal with UMG really entails, but at one point, Lucien said Drake can have whatever he wants, unlimited funds.
Hey, I need more money for my project. If ever Drake or whenever Drake goes up and says he needs more money for his...
And then these are lyrics from Drake's song Away From Home. Who the CEO of Universal? They mistaken because Google's saying Lucien, but that just doesn't make sense. Who filling up the piggy bank? Who bringing home the bacon? So like, if somebody found that out and then let everybody else know, I could see why you would be pissed and then pick Kendrick to use the PDF file allegations to go after the person that you want to take down. But like I said, I'm going to stay out of rich folks' business. What y'all think?
Now, I don't think that Kendrick Lamar is a pawn for the industry that's going to come out here and say Drake is this, Drake is that on behalf of the music industry or on behalf of the field of people that are just hating on him and want to get him out of here because he may own a couple people's catalogs. I don't see Kendrick Lamar being used in that sort of capacity. It's possible, but I personally don't see it, and that's not me favoring him or anything like that. It's just, it doesn't seem like that would be his MO. On Euphoria and Not Like Us, he explicitly says fuck the industry on both records. So I don't think he's acting on behalf of the field necessarily. I think that could contribute to it. It could contribute to why he got on the Like That joint and did what he did and kept it hip hop and kept it rap. Fuck the big three, nigga. It's just big me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But on another note, for this battle to go the way that it went in terms of the accusations, the allegations, and all of the wild shit that these guys have been slinging at each other, I think this is a deeper thing. I think that he already didn't fuck with Drake. And I think over the years, he's heard some questionable shit about Drake. But we also have to keep in mind that Kendrick Lamar is affiliated with some deeper street ties in the West Coast, in Cali, that if he came out and did an interview, or if he was a whistleblower on some random shit coming out saying that he thinks Drake is this or that, he would be labeled as a snitch. Some of y'all may not see the validity in that. Y'all think the shit is, you know what I mean, whatever, however you view it. And I understand it and I respect it. However, coming from his vantage point, being that his family is tied into that, his associates, his business partners, everybody from his section is inherently tied into those street fraternities, as you would say. If you're in a battle with Drake and you're keeping it rap, but then he decides to try to make an inference that you put hands on your woman, this is a perfect opportunity to say, okay, this is the direction you want to go. He said it's a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that'll make Gunna wanna look like a saint. So he made reference, but remember, Drake had already made push-ups and put Who's Kid and, you know what I'm saying, some bodyguards like Whitney and all that shit. So he had already said family name. He had already tried to play into something, into a narrative that people were going to investigate, which they did. And now the shit has gotten a little bit too deep, right? So if we're going off of that narrative, in a rap battle, you're going to go back and forth. You're going to hurl insults at each other. You're going to say wild shit. And there's going to be truth embedded with lies, embedded with punchlines, embedded with creativity. So this gives you the creative license to say the type of shit that you want to say about a person. But then it also gives you the humanity or humanitarian license to say, this is how I view you as a person. And these are things that I've heard about you or have intel about you as a person. And you can say those things in a way that it is insulting, right? So rap disses are where you can defame a person, if that's the word you want to use, and it be okay. And you can say what you know about these people or what you think or what you may have become privy to about someone without being labeled a snitch or that you're telling on somebody, because this is the way you want it to go. You wanted to sling mud. Well, I got some shit I'm gonna sling at you that's gonna stick. All right. So that's what I believe this is. This was a bait type of situation. It was gonna be hip hop, but he also, I think Kendrick knew Drake was gonna go low in some capacity because others have gone low on Drake. I don't think he was gonna go into this battle without some sort of contingency plan to be the aggressor, because last time he wasn't, right? In terms of Pusha T, like Pusha T just handled him. So it's like, all right, I'm not going to take a L like this. So what do I got on Kendrick that I could go ahead and let him know I'm going to reveal? Boom, 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 boom. And the move reversal, the counter, the Street Fighter counter was definitely harder than the attack, right? So that's what I believe, or I won't even say believe, but that's what I could put together as to why Kendrick would go against Drake in this fashion. Not so much about on behalf of the field, although there's a cultural angle in there, and it all proves to be valid due to what he said in his music, due to what, you know what I mean? I think Kendrick dislikes this nigga on multiple levels, every level that he's rapped about. For him to say we'll shoot through any PDF in order to protect the fam, to keep the family safe, but then also talk about the cultural appropriation that he feels he does, or the cosplay of gangster or cosplay of Black American culture. There's a reason the world has identified with Not Like Us and taken it to the moon, right? So outside of that, we've also got old video of Dennis being a little bit handsy with the young lady back in 2019. Dennis is Drake's father. And this surfaced, and they put it out with this video of Meet the Grrrls or whatever, or what have you. I'm going to go ahead and play that for y'all. And then the young lady in the video who was there present, she has a new video where she gives a little bit more details about the situation and how things played out with Dennis. And I'm going to just play the shit, man. I'll be back in a minute.
POV. In 2019, you think you're going to Drake's party, but get Dennis instead.
4 years is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper and more paper and more paper. I'm blaming you for hardest gambling addictions.
Get ready with me while I tell the story of the time that I thought I was going to an after party at Drake's, and it ended up being a party at his dad's house. So this was back in 2019. I would like to preface that I was an adult. I was 22 years old. My friends and I are not from LA. We went down and we were able to get like a table at one of like a larger club down in LA. Had fun. And then one of my friends ended up meeting some guy who was like, hey, we like your vibes. Again, we're like not from LA, so this is not like a normal situation from us. And we're like, oh my gosh, how cool. He's like, so there's an after party happening at Drake's house. Like, do you and your friends want to go? And we're like, obviously, like that, yeah. Again, this is like not our normal scenes. We're like, for sure. One thing to note was that it was literally being televised that he was at some like basketball game in Canada, but we were like, he has a private plane. He can fly here quickly. Like, that's what's happening. So while we were in line, there was some like random like crazy man that was trying to like talk to us and was being real weird. And there was this private security guard who was helping like some celebrity who was there. And his name was Big Money. And Big Money, I know you follow me still. I love you so much. And he was like, hey, back up. And like was so sweet to us and was like very kind and protecting. But then was like, hey, let me get your number and like text me wherever you're going so I know that you're like getting there safe. Because we were clearly like not a part of this scene. Like this was like not our normal scenario that we're in. So our Uber pulls up and we pretty immediately are like, oh, Drake is not going to be at this party. There were like 15 people there. It was not super busy at all. And we're greeted by, it felt like out of a movie. It was this weird, creepy ass butler who was like probably even older than Dennis. Weird vibes. And they just kept like randomly like stopping and then like dancing and then continuing on with conversation. So just Dennis was there, which again, still not from this like area. I'm like, still pretty cool. Like, all right, like for the plot, let's see where this goes. Also, I'd like to preface that like, I'm not a victim. I just thought it was a crazy story. It was a very weird and like uncomfortable situation, but like once it got to the point where I was like, this is too much, me and my friends left. So we were really only there for like maybe 20 minutes. While we're there, he's just being super like handsy and weird. He said some like really strange comments, which that's kind of what started leading us to be like, okay, this guy's odd. And like clearly Drake's not coming. So like we feel like we saw what we needed to see and we're ready to go. One weird thing is there were photos of Drake everywhere. Like his entire wall is just like memorabilia of Drake, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, basically just like a weird, creepy old dude with his weird, creepy old butler. So we, after 20 minutes, are like, let's go. This is weird. There's like also not enough of us here for us to feel like super comfy. So we tried to call an Uber, but he lives like way up in the Hollywood Hills and there was like a security guard at the beginning of the neighborhood and they're like, oh, the security guard won't let us in. He's like, no joke, like a mile and a half up this road. And we're like, what the fuck? So we literally
had to walk in the pitch black to get to our Uber because the security guard wouldn't be like letting our Uber in. No street lights at all. So we're walking, a group of, I think it was like 5 of us girls. And then all of a sudden we're walking and we see a car coming up from behind us and it slows down and it's the fucking butler. I don't know if I can cuss on here. And he's like, hey girls, you want to get in the car? Like, let me give you a ride. And we're like, no, thank you. And we like start running. This happens like 2 more times. He keeps like making his laps and like, we're the only ones walking on the street. Pitch black, so scary. Then all of a sudden we see a figure walking behind us and we're like, what? Like, what is that? So we start speeding up because we're like, that's so scary. Then the figure starts speeding up. We start running. The figure behind us starts running. So finally, one of my friends just stops and yells like, what's your problem? And we just hear this like sweet girl's voice and she's like, I'm so sorry. Like I was there and I was like getting kind of scared and freaked out. My friends didn't want to leave. So like I left. So it was just this girl walking down the street by herself and she was trying to like keep up with another group of girls to like feel safe. And then we were like running away from her. So obviously she joined our group and we made sure that she got home safe. But yeah, that's really it. He was an odd dude and was saying weird things. I'm not going to get into it just because I'm like, I don't know what. I don't know. I'm like a little scared. But like nothing bad happened. I'm not a victim. It was just a crazy story. And it's like one of my favorite fun facts to be like, I peed in Dennis Graham's toilet. So, yeah. And then next time we went to LA, which was like only the second time we were out, saw Dennis again. So I think this is just kind of like his thing. And we were talking to someone about it and they're like, oh yeah, no, you never go to a party at Dennis's house. So I think it's just kind of like an LA thing that we were just not aware of. But yeah.
To say that Dennis is a predator, we can't really say that. But what we can say is that he likes to use his son's fame to get next to young women. And he does some weird shit. We do know he's a creepy old nigga that does weird shit. We didn't need to see that video to know that because I've already showed y'all some of that behavior before. Yeah, man, that's the latest on this whole situation. Hip Hop Mysteries is what I called this video because there's a lot of mysterious shit going on. There's more to be revealed. And again, if you're not interested in this sort of content or this sort of conversation, that's your prerogative. But again, this is probably the biggest rap beef in history. Bigger just due to the amount of voices, the amount of content creators, the internet. These songs are reaching millions of people instantly. The TikTok conversations around these songs reaching hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people. And to be a communicator within the culture inside the industry is the name of the show. So this gives us a glimpse of what is or could be going on inside the industry. I'm sorry if it's not tickling your fancy, but every video may not. Okay? So that's what I've got for y'all this evening. Be sure to like and share this video if you haven't already. Let a friend know what's going on. And I will be back tomorrow with more. But yeah, y'all. This is what we got for y'all. Much love and respect. I'll catch y'all later. Shout out to everyone. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. It's so much better on the inside than outside in every way. If you're too cold outside, come get you some goddamn heat. If it's too hot outside, come get you some of this AC, man. If you're hungry, come get some of this food for the soul. All right? Much love and respect. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.